Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a pastor. He was a leader. He fought for civil rights. King believed in equality for all people. He led peaceful protests. He wanted to end segregation. King inspired millions with his dream. He gave powerful speeches about love and justice. King's message resonated across America. He challenged the conscience of a nation. His words were a beacon of hope. He received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964. King's work was far from over. He continued to advocate for equal rights. He spoke out against poverty and the Vietnam War. His unwavering commitment made him a target. The 1960s were turbulent times in America. The civil rights movement was gaining momentum. Racial tensions were high. The fight for equality was met with resistance. The Voting Rights Act was passed in 1965. It aimed to overcome barriers to voting for African Americans. However, discrimination and violence persisted. The struggle for basic rights was far from over. Despite progress, frustration grew within communities. Some questioned the effectiveness of nonviolent resistance. The Black Power movement emerged, advocating for self-defense. King remained steadfast in his commitment to nonviolence. He believed in love, even in the face of hate. He continued to preach unity and understanding. April 4, 1968 began like any other day. King was in Memphis, Tennessee. He was there to support striking sanitation workers. He planned to lead a march for their rights. King was staying at the Lorraine Motel. It was a modest establishment that welcomed black travelers. He stood on the balcony outside his room. The time was 6:01 p.m. A shot rang out. King was struck by a bullet. The impact knocked him to the ground. Chaos and panic ensued. King was rushed to St. Joseph's Hospital. Doctors fought to save him. Their efforts were in vain. At 7:05 p.m., Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was pronounced dead. News of King's assassination spread like wildfire. It sent shockwaves across the nation. Grief, anger, and disbelief engulfed America. Section 4. The Lorraine Motel, Witness to Tragedy. The Lorraine Motel became a symbol of tragedy, the place where a dream was silenced. The motel still stands today, a reminder of that fateful day. The balcony where King was shot is preserved. It is a solemn space for reflection. Visitors can stand in the very spot where history unfolded. The Lorraine Motel was transformed into the National Civil Rights Museum. It opened its doors in 1991. The museum honors King's legacy. It tells the story of the civil rights movement. The museum serves as a reminder of the past. It educates future generations about the fight for equality. The Lorraine Motel stands as a testament to the ongoing struggle for justice. Section 5. The Shadows of Hate, Unmasking James Earl Ray. James Earl Ray was a career criminal. He was a racist. Ray confessed to assassinating King. He later recanted his confession. Ray was convicted of King's murder in 1969. He was sentenced to 99 years in prison. He died in prison in 1998. Many believe Ray acted alone. Others suspect a conspiracy. The full truth may never be known. The assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. was an act of hate. It was a blow against the fight for equality. Section 6. A Legacy, Interrupted, King's Unfinished Dream. King's death was a profound loss. His dream of equality remained unfulfilled. His assassination sparked riots and unrest. Despite the tragedy, King's legacy lived on. His teachings continued to inspire. The civil rights movement continued to fight for justice. King's message of nonviolence remained powerful. His words resonated with people around the world. His dream of equality would not be silenced. The fight for civil rights continues today. King's legacy reminds us to never stop fighting for justice. He showed the world the power of love and nonviolence. Subscribe and hit the bell on the top right to get notified when we upload new historical videos and content.